for our Affordable Housing Subcommittee meeting for August 5th. We will jump right into our agenda and welcome to everyone. We'll come to our new member introductions in just a moment, but we'll go ahead and get started. If there's anyone here for public comment. Jeffrey, come on up.
Hi, everyone. Jeffrey Barton with Mountain Housing Opportunities. I think I was at the end of the public comment list, so sorry if I jumped the line, but didn't see anyone running up to the mic. Just wanted to share just a word of gratitude and appreciation. A little bit ago, we celebrated the reopening and reoccupancy at 408 Depot Street, 22 affordable apartments down in the River Arts District, along with repairs to commercial spaces at 372 Depot. It was amazing to have county support through that process via loan deferments to allow us a little more time to absorb impact of the finances on those properties. It's great to have Commissioner Ball attend and members of county staff to just kind of come together as a community and how far we've come. So thank you for your partnership.
Great. Thanks so much. I did not even look at the sign-up sheet. Was there anyone else signed up? Jake, are you checking that?
I was going to go grab it.
If no one else is running up here, we'll move on. Okay. Thank you. All right, we have our minutes from our June 3rd meeting. Are there any additions, corrections, or a motion to approve?
That was a long time ago. I will make a motion to approve the previous meeting's minutes.
Great. Do we have a second?
Second.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Minutes are approved from June 3rd. All right. This is an exciting meeting for us. We have two new members. We've expanded our Affordable Housing Subcommittee to include Megan Austin and Joe DeCredico, who is joining us virtually today. Megan, do you want to take a moment to say a little bit about yourself? And then Joe will do the same for you.
Sure. I'm Megan Austin. I currently live in Candler. I've been here for 8 years. And when I moved here, I wanted to be a part of my community to try and make a difference. So this is my step forward into my community here.
Great. Great. We're excited to have you. Joe, are you able to introduce yourself?
See him on there. Should we see him on there?
He's in the call, but has not.
Is it? Okay.
Okay.
I'll message him
Okay.
directly.
Okay, I unmuted myself. Can you hear me?
Yes, we
Joe.
can hear you, Joe. Hello.
Hi, I'm sorry. I'm calling you from Boulder, Colorado. My name is Joe DeCredico. I've lived in Fairview now for a little over a year. We actually moved in the day of the hurricane, a year before that. And I have a long background in affordable housing and housing as an architect. And I'm looking forward to helping the county achieve some good affordable housing goals.
Great. We're excited to have you and Megan with us. Welcome. And I know the folks involved in the affordable housing community outward are looking forward to getting to know the two of you as well. We will go ahead. We are on a time crunch today because we do have a 2:30 agenda briefing that got moved up half hour. So we're going to just move on through this agenda. Tracy Thompson with the Self-Help Credit Union is joining us today to share a bit more about the Western North Carolina Affordable Housing Loan Fund. Tracy, welcome. It's nice to see you.
Thank you. Can everyone hear me? Okay. All right. Yes, I am Tracy Thompson. I am a newer housing associate with Self-Help under their commercial lending arm. And I'm here to talk today about the Western North Carolina Affordable Housing Loan Fund. This was a fund that was created through partnership with Dogwood Health Trust and Self-Help. It operates under our Self-Help Ventures Fund, and the program focuses on public-private partnership. We're trying to work the remote here. There we go. Public-private partnership, leveraging subsidies, so stretching those existing funds, multiplying capital, and then maximizing community benefit. Self-Help is a national CDFI with a mission to create and protect economic opportunity for all We channel our mission through a family of nonprofit organizations, including, most of you might be familiar with the Self-Help Credit Union itself. Has a strong presence in North Carolina and began in Durham. Also, we have a federal credit union that crosses a few other states, California, Washington, Chicago, Milwaukee. We also have a Center for Responsible Lending, a research and policy organization devoted to understanding and combating predatory lending practices. And then finally, we have the Self-Help Ventures Fund, which is where the Western North Carolina Affordable Housing Loan Fund is housed. It's a nonprofit loan fund, $1 billion in total assets, where we house our higher risk commercial lending, home loan secondary market, real estate development as well. So we'll just dive into the Self-Help Ventures Fund. As I mentioned, that's where the Affordable Housing Loan Fund is housed. And you'll see examples of our collaborators and funders on the outside of the wheel. So community stakeholders, employers, banks, other credit unions, developers. Why do we use the Ventures Fund for the Affordable Housing Loan Funds? It has the large balance sheet to work with, so it's good for leveraging opportunities. It's not regulated like a credit union, so there's much more flexibility in lending. We can offer the non-recourse loans, higher loan to values, subordinate financing, and lower interest rates than you can find in credit unions and banks, commercial banks. And we are the fund administrators. So we oversee operations with an experienced lending team, and we have an additional team that is dedicated solely to supporting the relationship with our funders as well. So as we all know in the room, affordable housing financing is complex with persistent gaps in funding. And with those affordable housing developments, you have the lower rental income that creates a higher need for equity, lower rents, lower cash flow, and perceived lower value. So it lowers the amount of eligible debt that these affordable housing developers are able to pursue. Affordable housing projects can't take on those 70 to 80% conventional debt. So soft debt steps in, or grants, and those tax credits that we all hear about often help fill the gap. However, low-income housing tax credits, or LIHTC, and other subsidies only cover a portion of the gap. And on top of that, the gap is widening with higher cost, stagnant incomes, and less subsidies. So the loan fund, the Affordable Housing Loan Fund, steps in, responding to needs, keeping projects moving forward. What are the primary challenges with affordable housing development? Acquisition. Affordable housing developers compete with fast-moving cash buyers. So if these affordable housing developers come to a piece of property, trying to acquire it, and telling the seller, you know, give me 2 to 3 years to find subsidy, that's pretty much a non-starter. They need ready, cost-effective financing to acquire and hold the property while securing permanent capital. Another common challenge is filling the gap. So that gap in permanent financing that we were talking about in previous slides, even with the 4% LIHTC and other sources, that can leave a 20 to 30% gap. So plus you have the limited subsidy and high demand equals increased challenges around financing. So the Affordable Housing Loan Fund attempts to meet those needs. With acquisition, we have a bridge loan. So this helps the affordable housing developers to buy and hold properties while securing long-term financing. And then touching on the challenge of filling that gap for permanent financing, you see this subordinate lending common with LIHTC developments to help fill the gap on senior debt as a subordinate debt. And just to talk about the fund on a high level note here. So the fund provides financing for nonprofits and for for-profit developers to acquire, create, refinance, rehab, and preserve affordable rental housing in Western North Carolina. Eligible projects include new construction, rehab and preservation of affordable housing, and projects using LIHTC. And the borrowers have access to our in-house legal and real estate development expertise. And just of note, there's no prepayment penalty and a low origination fee. The two products that I've touched on already, just a breakdown a bit more of those two products. The bridge financing, so they can apply for a loan size of 500,000 to 7 million. For bridge, this is the one I'm touching on where you can acquire affordable parcels, right? And waiting for that permanent financing. So up to 5 years for the bridge loan. Interest rate is 2.95. Interest only payments and no prepayment penalty. So if you want to pay off early, there's no penalty. Up to 110% loan to value for the bridge. And units are required to serve households at or below 80% area median income. The second product is mezzanine. So mezzanine is just another word for subordinate. Is that second lien in your capital stack. Loan size for this one is the same, 500 to 7 million. Longer term for your mezzanine, this is permanent financing, so up to 15 years. Interest rate on this one is a little bit lower, 2.45. And the same as bridge, interest only payments, no prepayment penalty. For this one, up to 30% loan to value. Again, it's meant to be that second loan in your capital stack. Up to a maximum combined loan to value of 95%. And requirement, again, is to serve households at or below 80% AMI. And the Western North Carolina coverage for the Affordable Housing Loan Fund is mirrors the Dogwood footprint. So 18 counties in Western North Carolina, plus the Qualla boundary. And these are some examples of borrowers we partnered with previously. We do have, I believe, 6 now additional affordable housing loan funds in the state of North Carolina. And so some of those projects we partnered with housing authorities, for-profit LIHTC, nonprofit LIHTC, faith-based nonprofit, land trusts, and supportive housing providers as well. And just 2 examples of some of the other affordable housing loan funds that we have in the state. You have Durham. That one's targeted at below 60% AMI for renters. And they've so far preserved 243 units. Wake County aims at below 80% AMI, targeting below 60% AMI, and 62 units preserved with their first loan. This is us. This is Western North Carolina Affordable Housing Loan Fund, the pipeline where we're at today. So the bottom right numbers are units, and in leads, which is what I handle, the very beginning, the vetting. We currently have in that phase 739 units in the works in origination. So these folks are working with our loan officers and underwriters, credit officers at this point, 293. And then we closed our first one a month or so ago, and I went to the groundbreaking today. That was very exciting. And that one is 42 units. Those are all affordable, those units. And that one was in Transylvania County.
So roughly how many projects is
Yeah.
the 739?
How many projects?
Like,
So
yeah.
the total projects math is 19. Oh, for the leads themselves.
Mhm.
That one, I would say off the top of my head, I think we're at 19 or, well, that's not correct. I'm sorry. Probably 15. Yeah. We have a handful in origination and then the one that's closed. Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm
the
just
42
asking
is
because,
one.
sorry.
No, I was just clarifying that the 42 closed is in one location.
Yes. That one's one location.
I was just asking, I'm sorry if I missed it. This whole thing's only like a year old, right?
It's less than a year old.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So there were conversations were happening already, I think in November, but it officially opened in February. So yeah, it's moving I'm very busy. It's moving very fast. Yeah, yeah. And the most popular use is if y'all remember, I was talking about either the bridge versus the gap product, right? So most developers are going after that gap product, that mezzanine subordinate opportunity to fill in that last bit of your capital stack. And most of it's going for new construction, which a lot of you'll see below is LIHTC 9%. A lot of that's new construction as well. And then next in line is rehab. Those are projects. So the numbers there. And then 4% LIHTC. And then we've got one for bridge currently. And then I wanted to highlight where we're at geographically. And Buncombe has the most in the pipeline right now, with 4, and then Rutherford and Henderson with 3. Yancey, Transylvania, Burke, Haywood have 2. Jackson has 1. And for Buncombe, just some high level summaries. 3 of those folks are nonprofit, 1 is for profit, 2 are LIHTC. Your average unit size for these loan requests are 51. Average loan request is 2.5 million. And 3 of those are mezzanine, that subordinate. 1 is bridge. Okay, I think that's my time, but I'm happy to take questions.
This is really interesting, Tracy. Can you share a little bit more from your seat in terms of local governments that are participating and what that participation looks like specifically if, Buncombe County were to partner with self-help on this, it would be with taxpayer money. And so what levers, accountability measures, I guess I should say, do you have in place to ensure transparency through that process? What role, if any, does the local government play in that? Because again, at the end of the day, it's taxpayer money. And so we have to be very cautious. Can you speak to any of that?
We would, some of the conversations with local governments and funders would be our development team that I think have met with some of the Buncombe County staff.
Mm-hmm.
So they are the ones that help support the formation and creation of the affordable housing loan funds themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But I know that, we would adhere to whatever the county or city is requiring for the use of the funds. And there's a lot, I'm currently in a lot of communication with our current funder, which is Dogwood provided the seed money for this. So it's really up to the funder, the level of communication that they'd like to see and the parameters for the fund itself.
Okay.
Are there any other questions for Tracy?
I think my last question is just around, I guess, trying to ask you to put, a crystal ball in your head and guess kind of how will this play out with the LIHTC program? Do you see most of this money kind of pairing with projects that are seeking LIHTC funding?
That's even in the other affordable housing loan funds in the state. I think LIHTC is the most popular pairing with this fund. And as you know, the 9% is competitive, the 4% is not. So we have a mixture of those in the current pipeline. So some of those won't, follow through because they are competitive. But that is definitely our most popular use of the product so far. So yeah. And I think unless I'm misunderstanding, LIHTC isn't going anywhere anytime soon. So yeah. I think that's one of the very few safe ones, but yes. So this has been proven to pair very well with that subsidy.
All right.
And
Thank you,
if
Tracy.
to do a follow-up, if to further delve into the loan itself and the parameters,
Okay.
that would be a conversation with our development team.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll work with our staff. To work with yours.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Exciting.
It is.
It's great.
It's really
It's
exciting to see
exactly
how
what
this
we
goes.
need right now.
All right. Billy Breeden is on her way up. She's our age-friendly coordinator with HHS. We're going to talk about housing opportunities for aging in place. Good to see you, Billy.
Hi. So I'm Billy Breed and I'm the age friendly coordinator for Buncombe County. And in my role, I advocate for older adults. And today I'm going to talk to you about the Housing Options for Aging in Place work group, which is one of age friendly Buncombe County's work groups and committees. But first, I wanted to give you a brief overview of age-friendly Buncombe County so you can see where the Hope Work Group fits in. Okay. So Buncombe County has been age-friendly since 2017 when the Buncombe County Board of Commissioners passed a resolution to join the World Health Organization's and AARP network of age-friendly communities, or it's also called livable communities. And age-friendly Buncombe County is a collaboration of over 80 nonprofit organizations, businesses, work groups, and community volunteers working with the mission that older adults in Buncombe County are safe, well, and engaged. And our mission supports the vision that all individuals should have the ability to age in place safely. And that the mission and vision were defined in the Age Friendly Action Plan of 2021 to 2024. And it aligns with Buncombe County's 2025 strategic plan, particularly the focus areas of an engaged and capable community and resident well-being by supporting residents' ability to age in place. So age-friendly Buncombe County, we're working on updating the age-friendly action plan, just like the county's updating their strategic plan for 2030. At the county level, age-friendly Buncombe County is housed within Health and Human Services, specifically aging and adult services, and I lead, guide, and support all the work happening in age-friendly Buncombe County. And Buncombe County is one of 22 age-friendly communities across the state, with more starting. Oh, okay. So an age-friendly community is one that works to support and foster people of all ages, abilities, races, ethnicities, gender identities, lifestyles, and income so that all people can age well in their communities. And it identifies the 8 domains of livability. And the World Health Organization first came up with this concept that said that there should be these elements that should be present in the community to make the community more livable for older adults and increase their quality of life. So if we provide services and supports and policies for older adults in an age-friendly community, then people of all ages will benefit because we all want the same things. And in the United States, AARP adopted these 8 domains of livability for their network of age-friendly or livable communities. And you can see them listed there, like the 8 domains of livability are safe and accessible outdoor spaces and buildings, safe, reliable, and affordable transportation, safe, accessible, and affordable housing and home repair, providing socialization opportunities to reduce isolation and loneliness, providing opportunities for respect and inclusion so older adults will feel valued and included, like through intergenerational and multicultural activities, providing opportunities for older adults to stay active in their communities by providing work and volunteer opportunities. We need to provide communication and information through multiple channels because not everyone has access to the internet and or they're not tech savvy. And also providing access to affordable community and health services. So other areas that are listed lower that are emergency preparedness, elder abuse, public safety, and dementia friendly. And I'm in the midst of working on the document for emergency preparedness for older adults. So age-friendly Buncombe County has work groups and committees affiliated with these 8 domains of livability. And here's a list of the current initiatives. I'm not going to go through them in the interest of time, but if anyone has questions later, I can tell you if there's one that are curious about. But you can see housing options for aging in place down towards the bottom. So the HOPE work group was the first work group launched under Age Friendly in 2018. And the vision aligns with Age Friendly Buncombe County. And this vision benefits people of all ages. And our work group, it consists of diverse stakeholders like we have housing experts, developers, healthcare providers, aging services providers. Some of the members on our group consist of like the CEO of the Universal Design Institute, Richard Duncan, or we have the CEO and founder of Compact Cottages, Asheville Area Habitat for Humanity has staff that attend our meetings, AARP staff. We have county staff from the planning department, aging and adult services, the CAPE team. We have the founder, Kathy Avery of the Institute for Preventative Healthcare and Advocacy. Land of Sky Regional Council has staff members. Givens Communities, we have community planning consultants and occupational therapists, realtors, and community volunteers. So we're all working together to make sure that we can all age in place. And HOPE, we provide outreach and education, and then we advocate for affordable and accessible housing as well as policy changes. We build collaborations among the stakeholders, and we support older adults to age in place and age in the community. And we have like 3 focus areas in this work group. Like one is a accessory dwelling unit initiative, or ADU, to bring awareness to ADUs as an option for affordable housing. And then another focus area is an aging in place document that we recently completed, and I'll talk about that in a few minutes. And then home repair and home access to leverage resources for home repair and bring attention to the housing needs of older adults. Now, the home repair and home access, we accomplished that goal because Asheville Area Habitat for Humanity has the Archer, which is the Asheville Regional Coalition for Home Repair. And we brought the home repair providers together, but they've taken that over. And there's very little funding. The funding comes from the age-friendly budget, but it's been non-existent since LA. And here are some of the HOPE highlights and accomplishments from when it started until last year. With the accessory dwelling unit initiative, in 2020, HOPE and AARP worked with the Asheville Design Center and national ADU expert Cole Peterson from Oregon to highlight the needs and challenges of and development opportunities for accessory dwelling units as options to age in place. And they brought together Asheville and Buncombe County stakeholders to show examples of ADUs and identify policies to support ADUs. It was a webinar called Much Ado About ADUs. And if you click on that link, then it's about an hour and a half, and it's very interesting. The next thing, as an outcome of participating in the HOPE work group, Asheville Area Habitat for Humanity initiated a new aging in place affordable home ownership program for adults age 55 plus. And these were single level townhomes with features of universal design, making the homes accessible for older adults. And this was in the New Heights neighborhood in West Asheville off of Haywood Road. And I recall that there were 98 homes built, and 10 of these were these aging in place homes. And Habitat is still has this program, and I saw on their website that they have information sessions coming up. And also Habitat conferred with HOPE members, and they developed an award-winning aging in place model home, and they were sponsored by Deerfield Charitable Foundation, and they entered in 2023. They entered a Habitat for Humanity International Design Competition, and they won Best in Accessibility Award. And then the HOPE work group was featured on PBS's weekly program, NC Impact. It was about aging in place, and it featured HOPE members as well as Andy Barnett, who's the executive director of the Asheville Area Habitat for Humanity. And there's a link to that if you want to watch that as well. HOPE also developed the Aging in Place Planning Guide, and we published the first revision in 2024. And aging in place is the ability for individuals to live in their own homes and communities safely, independently, and comfortable as they age. But it also includes having care and support and services provided in people's homes in the community, as well as having access to socialization opportunities, recreational and educational opportunities. And this guide was not only developed for older adults and their children and caregivers, but to get younger people in their 40s and 50s to start planning ahead as well. There's a link there, and it'll take you to the age-friendly webpage where you can click on, look at the guide, and then we have a link to provide feedback as well. And the last highlight was some zoning changes. Barry Balick, who's the founder and CEO of Compact Cottages, he proposed zoning changes and brought it to the Asheville City Council. And the Unified Development Ordinance zoning change for flag lots and cottages to create more affordable housing. After 2 years, it was passed in March 2025. It excludes the legacy neighborhood, but a lot of HOPE members gave very support and wrote letters to the editor and attended the meetings to support them. And then I found out this morning that Barry, who's with his Compact Cottages, he applied to showcase one of their ADU prefab models that's completely foldable to at an upcoming home show at the National Mall in Washington, D.C. So they're in the final running to be able to showcase that foldable ADU. And then I'm going to talk about the Aging in Place Planning Guide. This is a the guide that the whole work group has been working on for several years, and we published the first revision in 2024. And it's a workbook with questions, checklists, assessments, and action plans. And it was adapted from a similar guide produced by the New River Valley Aging in Place leadership team. And I secured funding to get the first revision published, and the guide's being updated with feedback from the community and will include resources. And then here's the, so you know what's in the Aging in Place planning guide. This is a table of contents. Like we have the introduction, which shows the importance of preparing for aging in place instead of waiting for an unexpected turn of events. It shows the structure of the workbook with like the self-assessment questions and your plan and plan A and plan B by topic area. There's a chapter on housing, like evaluating your home for safety, comfort, and accessibility, evaluating whether you should stay or go, like whether you should renovate or remodel your home or move somewhere else. There's a chapter on your living environment and evaluating your living environment outside your home for a healthy and active lifestyle, like the outdoor spaces, is your neighborhood safe and well maintained? Are there grocery stores nearby, transportation options, socialization, job opportunities, and like good access to health care? There's a health and wellness chapter that addresses your health needs like physical, social, emotional, spiritual, and cognitive well-being. There's a chapter on staying connected, assessing your staying engaged, transportation, assessing your transportation options, and planning ahead when you no longer drive. And the final two chapters, like assisted tools and technology, using tools and technology to help you age in place safely and independently. And lastly, there's a chapter on financial considerations, like evaluating your finances to see if you can afford to age in place in the place you want to live, and resources to help you stay at home, and reviewing your key documents like wills and power of attorney and healthcare power of attorney. So that's the housing options for aging in place working in a nutshell. Are there any questions?
Billy, thank you for this really great and in-depth overview of the work that you all are doing. I know we really appreciate it on our behalf as the Affordable Housing Subcommittee. And I actually look forward to digging into a couple of those resources that are here as well. You have some guides? Okay.
Great. And if members of the community wanted to pick this up, where is it online, or what's the most convenient
question.
place to?
It's online on the age-friendly website, but of course they can always call me and I've mailed the copies to people.
Oh, great. Okay, so on the age-friendly website, Buncombe County's age-friendly website, and then the other question I would have is, do you know if we can expect? I mean, it sounds like there's some great working groups, and they've brought some really awesome opportunities around ADUs and zoning updates to the city. I don't know if you know if we can expect any of those at the county. Any recommendations? Be excited to utilize that brain trust for us to make some updates. But if not, would encourage them to keep us in mind for how we can create a more age-friendly community.
Thanks, Billy. We appreciate it. Always good to see you.
Thank you.
All right, we'll move on to our quarterly goals and contracts update with Nancy Williams. It's good to see you, Nancy.
Good afternoon. We're here to review our quarterly updates on the funding sources that my program that I work with. And for the sake of our new members for the subcommittee, my role is really focused on bringing in external funds that assist with the general funds and the bond funds that we utilize. for the Affordable Housing Services Program. And in your package, there is also a quarterly written report that I do, so that you've got it all in a synopsis. Great. So the first program that I've been working on is the ARPA FRF. And this funding was brought to us by Buncombe County Strategic Partnerships. We applied for that through community development and was awarded. So we were awarded $400,000 through in 2022. We developed the program really for this home repair program really was parallel and in conjunction with our other home repair program through the Affordable Housing Services Program. So same format in essence. Our fiscal year was through June of this year. And I'm pleased to say we've completed this program with great success. The match was required for this. And our partners for home repair were the Asheville Area Habitat for Humanity and Mountain Housing Opportunities. And this was a program that also supported our low and moderate income homeowners, which are designated as less than 80% of our area median income. Our partners often targeted lower than that. Habitat will be below 70%, and a lot of mountain housings were under 50% AMI for supporting our community. And a lot of those are for home improvements for people to age in place. So I'm happy to share that as well. Thank you. Great. Because we put out the RFP, we developed the program and then had the RFP put out. And then we had it contracted in September of 2023 and our first draws were the next month. So having processes in place was really helpful. Working within the county, within our own strategic partnerships program, made it a very easy program to utilize. This was just wonderful, easy project in terms of the whole process, I felt like. So really pleased to be able to bring this to completion and close out. So this program, now that it is completed, was able to fund Habitat with $280,000, and their goal was to complete 22 homes. Their contract was completed last fall, and they had done their full 22 and expended all of the $280,000 that they were funded for this program. Mountain Housing Opportunities was awarded the other $120,000 with a goal to repair 4 homes. That contract is now complete. They actually completed and submitted their last draw in June, and they've expended all of their funds, every penny of it. And so we closed out the final draw and report to strategic partnerships in July. And it's nice to be able to look at the impact of what we were able to do with this program. So I've added some of the statistics and the information of who we were able to serve and help with this program. So 73% of our participants were Caucasian, 20% African American, and then the other, we had 6% that fell into the Native American or Native Hawaiian Pacific Islander category, for a total of 30 households that were impacted with this. And you'll see in the other column, that is the composition that we also tracked with this, because knowing who we're serving, how we're serving them has been real important, that we're really looking at in terms of our equity across all of our programs. So 73% were female had a household, which is one category. Elderly is the other, and then disabled, not elderly, was 23% of our participants with that. And so you can see that those are not mutually exclusive. You can be elderly, female had a household, or people had a household disabled. So Any questions? On the ARPA update?
Okay. All right, Nancy, keep going.
Roll through.
Just keep
All right.
rolling.
And our next one is the CDBG and R, and that stands for our new members, Community Development Block Grants, Neighborhood Revitalization Funding. This funding was an application through North Carolina Commerce Rural Economic Development Division. And we applied in the fall of 2022. We applied for $400,000, and this funding is also for home repair, critical need, a lot of it to keep our residents in healthy, safe homes. So we also have done that. It was really a great fit for the funding for rural development. And we are required to do the quarterly reports. So the grant came through and we were able to have the completed contract in the winter of 23. And we put out an RFP to see which of our partners would be interested in this funding. And this funding is also for the home repair. We were hoping that it would target deeper repairs. But actually, in light of the need for lean, at $15,000, which is our county policy, there was one, well, actually with this one, we kept it. Most of them were going to stay below the 15,000 for the lean. So with the program all designed, RFP was designed. And then, here we go. So we put out the RFP and okay, wait a minute. All right, so with the RFP, Habitat for Humanity was our applicant and was awarded $200,000 for this program for doing the home repairs. And what's occurred post Helene was they had requested to rescind their contract because of the need to do the recovery repair work. So we are now in conversations with Commerce and in working through our recovery plan for the county on how to utilize those funds for the recovery process. And once those decisions are made for our projects in the county, then we will go back to Commerce and have the discussion with them in regards to how to amend the contract and best utilize those funds. So that information we will be able to update when those decisions are made by the commissioners and how we're going to proceed. Do you have any questions? Okay.
Any questions? All right. Thank you so much, Nancy.
Thank you.
All right, Jake Eckberg with our quarterly goals and quarterly progress and goals. I cannot read that today.
You're okay. I'll probably fumble over my words as well. I'll move a little quick in interest of time, but if there are any questions, just stop me at any point. So we're going to be looking at our FY24 contracts here. We do have a few open. The most notable change since the last time this was reported out to this committee was some more movement on Elida Homes tenant-based rental assistance grant, and also some reimbursement in Lakeshore Villas as well. On this slide, we have our FY 2025 contracts. We've had some movement along our emergency repair grants, and another big update since the last quarter would be Laurelwood closing. So we have contracted with them, and when they are ready to draw money from us, they are able to. And I think some more money was given to Maribel as well. They pulled some more funding.
So Jake, on that unallocated money at the very bottom, due to the loss at Swananoa not getting their tax credit, is there a plan for discussion on what to do with that money? Are we going to roll it back in? Do we have the opportunity to look at a potential need somewhere else?
With the bond activity, the main method we have for allocating money from the bond to projects is through the Affordable Housing Services Program. So there's the existing larger unallocated funds that have never been attached, which is about 9.5 million. And then this would be added back into that unallocated portion for consideration for how to allocate to projects through whatever process. The board would
Okay.
decide.
Okay. And what would the timeline be on that?
So we don't have a general fund allocation for the Affordable Housing Services Program.
Right.
But because we have bond funds, it's a potential, and I think it's something that this committee, our subcommittee will probably discuss in the coming months, is how we look at processes for this year. Affordable housing, given that there are bond funds available. There are also some prior year unallocated affordable housing funds. We also know about the Helene recovery plan that's in process.
Right.
It's going to have potentially some housing components to that. So that might be part of that discussion.
Okay.
So I think once those pieces are kind of in place, talking about what to do with the existing available bond funds and prior year unallocated would be an important step for this thing.
Yeah, I agree. I think so. Okay. And then we'll also know what that Helene recovery plan looks like, because I think there's going to be some needs within housing, emergency repairs that are not going to fall into those Helene recovery. So I'm just going to put it out there that I don't want our home repairs to fall through that were not related to Helene, because I hope there's a way that we can do home repairs for non-Helene related needs versus Helene related needs as well. All right, we'll look forward to you all bringing that back to us in the coming months then. Okay. Sorry to interrupt.
No worries, no worries. I will go ahead and move on unless there are other questions about the contract statuses. So our goals that the subcommittee is familiar with are displayed on the screen. The first one being to increase the supply of affordable housing for rent. The second to be increasing the supply of affordable housing for home ownership, especially among BIPOC households. The third being preserve the supply of naturally occurring affordable housing. The fourth being support activities that achieve functional zero homelessness. And the fifth being support activities that encourage the use of all vouchers. And associated with these goals are the objectives that we are sort of striving towards and reporting against, which are on the screen here. Very briefly, at most 1,850 rental units at or below 80% AMI, 400 ownership units at or below 80% AMI, 500 repair units at or below 80% AMI, or 400 ownership or rental units for above 80% AMI, but less than 120% AMI. So here we're seeing our rental units for households at 80% AMI goal or below. And we haven't seen any change since the last report. More units have come online. So this hasn't changed since the last time you all have looked at it. Same for this goal. It has remained the same as no more units have come online in the past quarter. Same with this one. So with ownership units, we have seen a few more closings for individual down payment assistance. I think maybe 3 or 4 in the last quarter. One of them being the most recent FY25 scattered site down payment assistance with Habitat. So that one's moving, and then the rest being Glenbridge phase 1. So they're still going through the Glenbridge phase 1 down payment assistance, and also starting on the scattered site down payment assistance as well. Here we do see movement in our emergency repair goal. We did modify those deliverables. So the commitment remaining of 17 is kind of deceiving, because last time you saw it was quite a bit more. But that is between all 4 contracts. So that should be filled very easily. And that was my speed running of the goals. If there are any questions, I'd be happy to take them.
Any questions? All right. We've made some good progress in some areas. Still some to go in others, but we're doing some good work. Thanks, Jake. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, my only comment would be this with so much, I'm sure you haven't had a moment to think about this, but eventually I'd be interested to hear recommendations on how to better meet both the kind of single family goals, moving forward. It's obviously from the start, we've known it's the hardest one to kind of meet, but what do you think at this point in the timeline of these goals on how to address it for the next 5 years?
The real challenge is that it is the most challenging product to deliver in the market. LIHTC is behind your rental housing, their products designed for that. There's just not a lot of products. So there's a heavy reliance on extensive amounts of subsidy. And that's why we rely on partners like Habitat for Humanity. And we're very hopeful with the Ferry Road project, for example, that has a single family or a home ownership component. We're hopeful that advances and be able to realize some units through that process. But that was kind of it was one of the more challenging goals because you really have to rely on someone to bring a lot of capital and a lot of ways to buy costs. We've seen it with our land trust and trying to get those projects up to the ground. It's a challenging component. Our goal, I think, with projects like Ferry Road, we'll continue our partnerships with Habitat. It's really to leverage as much as we can in hopes that we draw other folks' attention to the need for that here in our community.
Thanks, Matt.
Yeah, it's a great question. Thank you. And I think as we move forward too with Helene recovery, as we just said, with our strategic plan, that'll give us the opportunity to take a little deeper delve into some of these goals as well.
Yeah, and I also think I think it's important that we not forget I think I guess it'd be the fourth on this list, but support activities that achieve functional zero homelessness. So there's a lot of overlap there with the continuum of care, but just continue to think about how we support that work and create opportunities for low barrier access to housing. And I'm going to continue to harp on this idea of potentially getting overflow housing units from FEMA as they come online and trying to negotiate good prices with that and find partners that are willing to utilize those to create low access barriers. I think I'm going to be making some more phone calls to figure out what those timelines look like on that. So,
Thanks, Drew.
thanks, guys.
All right, Jonathan.
So the next item is chair and vice chair appointments. So as part of the subcommittee bylaws, in July of each year, you all decide who will serve as chair and vice chair. And the July meeting was canceled this year. We moved that item to this agenda.
This meeting. Okay.
And we've shared just a copy of the bylaws outlining the updates. There's
Great. I will start by saying that for the sake of 2-year consistency, I would like to nominate Vice Chair Sloan to continue serving as our vice chair. Are you willing to do that? He's looking at me like, really?
I will show up on time.
I mean, we'll all try to show up on time,
yeah,
but
yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Yes.
Thank you.
I'm
Thank
willing
you
and able.
for that. I will move to nominate Parker Sloan. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thanks. Anyone else? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, thank
What-
you for continuing.
Was that just to nominate Parker or was that
That was
to elect?
to elect him. Sorry about that.
So I would
I need
probably,
to amend
no,
that.
that's all right. I would do the nominations, close the nominations, and then
Okay.
vote to
Okay,
appoint him vice chair for
It's a
the
race.
next term.
this is why we keep her here, keep us on the straight and narrow.
It's the little things.
It's the
I
little
get-
things that we're really, we need to do that. So, all right, I nominated Parker. Drew seconded that nomination. We will close the floor to
Are there
nomination
any other nominations?
or any other nominations. Thank you. There being none, we will close the floor. All in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Did I get it right, Kurt?
Yeah, then I would just say a motion to appoint Parker as vice chair for the
Okay.
next.
Now, all right.
Oh,
So that was to close. think this is the first time we've done this. Okay. Do I have a motion to approve the nomination of Parker Sloan to serve as vice chair?
I move that we approve the nomination of Parker Sloan to serve as vice chair.
Second. I will second that. Sorry, Megan. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Hi.
Any opposed? All right, we got it right this time. Thank you, Parker.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
For what it's worth, I see Joe trying to participate.
It's Joe trying to participate.
I don't know if that can.
I don't think,
I don't-
Uh,
Can he vote
he
virtually?
can't because
Okay, never mind.
once again, we are either fully in person or visual, or either fully in person or
Fully
fully
virtual.
virtual. Now,
Okay.
people can attend
Okay,
and possibly participate, but they cannot vote and they do not count towards the quorum.
gotcha.
Okay.
Or at least unless you want to change your bylaws to do something different.
Okay, no, that
We'll save that for another day.
we'll say yes. Thank you. All right, do we have any nominations for chair?
I will nominate a current chair, Amanda Edwards, if you're willing to
Good
serve in that
answer.
role again.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Great.
There,
I'll second the nomination step of this process.
thank you. Are there any other nominations for chair? There being none, I close the floor for nominations. All in favor of closing the floor?
comment. Yep.
Say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Nominations are closed. Do I have a motion? This feels weird to say this. Do I have a motion to appoint myself, Amanda Edwards, as the chair of the Affordable Housing Subcommittee?
I'll make a motion to appoint Amanda Edwards as
Thank you.
chair.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Parker. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? All right. I am happy and honored to serve for a second term in this role, and thank you.
Yay.
Yay. Thank you for keeping us on the straight and narrow there, Kurt, and for your all's patience. Are there any announcements?
I did want to share
Yes.
that the housing needs assessment conducted by Bowen National Research has been published, and
Oh.
it was included as part of the city's submission to HUD for the 5-year consolidated plan. That helps guide the application of community development block grant and home partnership funds in the region. So staff are still working through some of that. Patrick Bowen from Bowen Research will be in the area August 27th for a special meeting of the Home Consortium to give a presentation, do some question and answer with that committee. So we're hoping that we can go through some of that. It is a public meeting. It will be streamed live through the city's website.
Great.
And then we will bring a walkthrough of that report back to you at a future meeting.
Excellent. Would you mind sharing that link with us in case we're interested and available to join virtually to hear
Do that.
alongside you all?
Certainly.
Thank you so much.
And the report too, if you haven't sent. if you haven't
Yes,
seen it
and the
already.
report.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate it. And we'll look forward to you all delving into that a little deeper for us and bringing it forward. Any other announcements? Although, okay, there being none, do we have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn. Today's meeting.
And a second.
I'll second that.
Thank you, Megan. All in favor? We're adjourned
Thank you.
at 2:19.
I'm gonna start setting up on Robert.